Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
Hi, I'm Mike Draper, sitting in for Sam Shad today, and we've got a great new Nevada Newsmakers. We're going to be talking special events in the Reno Air Races with Beth Sewald, the Executive Director of the Las Vegas Metropolitan Chamber, and Tony Marini, Vice President for Casino Operations for the Row. And I'm excited to get going.
It's the $100,000 Cash is King Progressive giveaways at Carson Valley Inn. Giveaways every Saturday with a Progressive up to $20K and $15,000 in guaranteed grand prize giveaways. There's another 100,000 reasons to play and win at the Carson Valley Inn.
Big R in Sparks is located on Bering Boulevard next to Smith's and across from Reed High School for workwear and everyday wear. Evaporative coolers, outdoor living, Weber's, Traeger's, and Lodge. Fill your propane tanks here. Big R on Bering Boulevard in Sparks next to Smith's and across from Reed High School. Big R. Hardware, clothing, and a whole lot more.
Save money and take transit. Did you know you can ride the bus all day for less than what it would cost you for a gallon of gas? Plan your trip now by going to rtcwashoe.com.
As you know, Reno is booming. Toll's development company is helping it grow with insightful design and development, building community with every project, adding beauty, adding excitement, emphasizing our shared humanity. Reno is becoming bigger. Toll's development is helping it become better, more livable, more enjoyable. To learn more, go to tollsdevelopment.com. tollsdevelopment.com.
This is Nevada Newsmakers with host Sam Shad, a no-holds-barred political forum. Now, from the Nevada Newsmakers broadcast headquarters, here is Sam Shad.
We're here at an all-new Nevada Newsmakers. We're squarely in special event season in Northern Nevada, and we're joined by two guests very familiar with special events in our region. Beth Sewald is the CEO and Executive Director of the Las Vegas Metropolitan Chamber, and Tony Marini is a Vice President of Casino Operations and Community Relations for the Row here in Reno. Both of them happen to sit on the Reno Air Racing Association board, and it's Air Race Week. So thank you both for joining us. I know it's a busy week.
Mike, great to see you.
Mike?
Beth, can we start with you? Describe the atmosphere and the sentiment going into this, what is now the final Air Race Week in Northern Nevada.
Yeah, absolutely. The atmosphere is just absolutely electric. I mean, the legacy of this event, and we're so proud to have hosted such a unique event in Reno since 1964. And people travel from all over the world to come and see this amazing event. You know, where else do you get to see 6 classes of aircraft flying wingtip to wingtip? It's just super exciting. And if you follow us on social media, you see the excitement is palpable.
Tony, how significant has this event specifically been in shaping the cultural and economic landscape in the Northern Nevada region?
Well, Mike, this event does a great job at driving room nights, and that's what all these, that's how we make money, is tourism. So this job since 1964, like Beth said, has continued to drive room nights and drive room nights and drive new nights. That's our goal, right? How we can generate revenue and get people to come to this region. We are seeing significant growth in every aspect of our financial statement based on this being the last year. We're looking forward to having a record year. Everything says we're going to have a record year. If you haven't got your tickets, you need to get them. Come out and enjoy the final flag on Sunday. Enjoy the entire week, because it's going to be the last time it's here in Reno.
Now, Beth, one of the reasons it was announced earlier this year that this would be the final Reno Air Races was, of course, the growth that our region has seen. And obviously there needs to, that airfield, the Air Races takes a lot of space at the airfield. It is a week-long event that's a full-scale production. What changes in evolution have you seen at the event over the many years that you've been associated with it?
Well, the event has grown, exponentially, along with the growth of the region. Like you said, it's been a major contributing factor to why this is the final flag and the final year. that event requires a lot of space to successfully hold all those classes of aircraft that come out to participate and to accommodate the thousands and thousands of fans that we have. So, we're sad to say goodbye to Reno, but we're super excited about the future and what that holds for us.
Well, speaking of the future, Tony, I know the Reno Air Racing Association has been working hard to look at how to keep the event alive, albeit maybe not at Reno State Airfield. Can you give us any hints of what the future of the air races looks like?
Yeah, absolutely. So Fred Telling, our CEO, and Tony Lagatetta, our Chief Operating Officer, along with some team of board members and some other volunteers, put out an RFP. And we had 30 sites that came back and said, hey, we want it. They vetted it down to 6, and these 6 sites will be at the Reno Air Races this year, looking, being a part of the event, understanding, learning, and giving them an opportunity to actually feel with their feet on the ground on what we do for, everybody thinks an event is only 5 days. What they do 3 months, 6 months out, all the way to get to that first day when we have our first race on Wednesday. So we're looking forward to hosting these cities and showing them what we do, actually show them how we make the cookie here in Reno. So excited to meet them, excited to be a part of the process, and hopefully excited to announce a new home in 2025.
Mary Beth, I think it's been estimated, according to an economic analysis study conducted by the University of Nevada a couple of years ago, that the air race generates upwards of $80 million in economic impact for our economy, and draws more than 100,000 people over race week to the Reno State Airfield. What kind of impact will there be on our community not having the Reno Air Races in Nevada?
Well, you're right. These events, all of them, and the air races are certainly no exception. They draw tourists from all over the globe. And so I think we'll see a bit of an impact from the lack of the air races being in Reno. And I think it's going to impact tourism and economic development as well. And I know Tony can speak to that question too with his position.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Tony, you're very familiar with special events. You, in a former life, were the executive director of Hot August Nights. You helped bring Barrett-Jackson auto auctions to the region. Now with the air races, how important are special events to our community?
Well, we look at it as we have a 6-month window to have events because everything we do is outside. So, whether I'm in my casino life or my special event life, we need to get an event every month. And this is going to leave a huge hole in September on this weekend, not having the air races. And I know as a casino operator, we're looking on how we fill that hole and what we do next year. So, we're going to enjoy this year. We're going to have a good time, but we're also going to, get back to the table and try to understand what we're going to do and how we're going to fill this hole. Because it's not just, downtown Reno, it's all the other casinos that, how do we fill that hole in Reno? And we're losing a Reno gem. If this event is Reno famous, and we're excited to be a part of that this week, and take every day as it is and enjoy it and take it in. And on Sunday at 4 o'clock, we're going to salute it and have a toast. And on to the next book, Mike.
Mary Beth, obviously we're talking about the Reno Air Races, but clearly special events in Nevada are huge. They're economic drivers. They're part of our cultural landscape. We're talking about F1 in Las Vegas, cowboy poetry in Elko, to the camel races in Virginia City, and a number of other special events. In your job day to day at leading the Las Vegas Chamber, how important are special events to the future of our state?
Well, Mike, you bring up a great point. They're incredibly important as an economic driver of our small businesses. The businesses that are here year in and year out, day in and day out, serving our communities. These events provide so much in business for our smallest mom and pop companies around the entire state. And so that's another reason why the Reno Air Races has been such an important economic driver in Northern Nevada. Same is going to happen with, Formula One and Super Bowl in Las Vegas. But to your point, it's all over the state, especially in the rurals where these events are so, so important to our local economies.
Tony, what kinds of challenges, we'll start with the Reno Air Races, what challenges, obviously there's been many successes. I've had the opportunity to be affiliated with the event for 20 years, and have many great memories there. But what kinds of challenges are facing special events, but particularly the air races that we're in a position now where this will be the last one?
Well, number one on any special event, Mike, is cost, right? Costs are going up. It costs double what it used to put on a special event. Whether it's carpeting, whether it's chairs, whether it's tents, whether it's food and beverage, everything has went up. So cost is the number one, right? We got to stay in the black. That's your key piece of any special event, because you got to make money to live another day, and it takes a full year to plan this event. The second thing is volunteers. Volunteers, if you don't have volunteers, you don't have a special event. In my previous life, we had 600 volunteers. This organization, 450, 500 volunteers. Without the volunteers, these events do not happen, period, end of story. And volunteers are starting to get tired. They're starting to, they volunteer for every special event. So by the time September comes around, they might be special evented out a little bit. But those are the two biggest drivers, in my opinion, on this, how a special event succeeds. Us in downtown, we have employees. So you're voluntold you need to work this weekend. So it's a little different, when we have a brew fest or an Italian festival that's coming up in October. These are all our employees. Special events, the big ones, are all Hot August Nights, air races, focused around volunteers. We love you, we thank you, and if you want to volunteer, come out, because we can't have an event without you.
We're talking air races and special events, and we'll be right back.
Like a traditional handmade basket, retail is woven into the fabric of life in Nevada. From big box to mom and pop, retail supports our communities in countless ways. Jobs for the disabled, team uniforms for kids, help for the elderly, and so much more. Retail employs over 1 in 10 workers. Retail supports Nevada, and we support retail.
RANNV.org.
Take a look at Pro Group Management and see how your workers' comp requirements can be met head-on. By taking a proactive approach, Pro Group can assure that your company is meeting or exceeding state and federal standards. As you move forward in your industry, Pro Group moves with you, simplifying regulatory tasks, clearing the way so you can get the job done and look to your future success. Pro Group Management, workers' comp that works for you.
Early in the morning or throughout the night, professional truck drivers are on the job, serving you, safely moving freight that's crucial to our economy. From the oldest industries to our newest innovators, from the exotic to the everyday, trucks are everywhere, moving everything. Never afraid to embrace a future that makes Nevada and our nation stronger. Trucking moves America forward.
What do you count on? You count on your power every day. At NV Energy, we've always powered what's important to you, but we're not looking at the past. We're focused on the future. While our standards are high, our rates will remain low. And our commitment to renewables isn't just meeting standards, but leading the way. Because you can count on more than just your power. You can count on the company who brings it to you. That's our promise. You can count on it.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
We're back on an all-new Nevada Newsmakers talking about special events and the Reno air races with two Reno Air Racing Association board members, Beth Sewald from the Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce and Tony Marini from the Row. Thank you both. Beth, you've had a hand in putting on a number of special events all over the state. What do you think the future of special events are for our state?
Well, I think the future is very bright. Even though we're losing the Reno air races in Northern Nevada, there are a lot of new events coming online all over the state, quite frankly. And then in Southern Nevada, we have Formula One and the Super Bowl. And I think, that's just a testament to Nevada and a testament to our ability to get things done across our state. And I think it'll bode well for tourism and our local economies as well.
Tony, how do you think our communities can support, right now I'm reading about F1 and the preparations for F1 have been significant. But we're also seeing there's, various facets of the community that are frustrated. Obviously there's disruptions. How can our community or our communities support special events as we move forward?
Well, my advice would be to the community is get behind it because it's coming, okay? Nevada's welcoming tourism with open arms. We're not stopping, okay? Mary Beth down in Southern Nevada has thousands and thousands and thousands of hotel rooms, as we do up here. The infrastructure's there to host monster events, and we're not going to stop. So there's an opportunity to get on the train and be a part of something really special because, as you just said, Mary Beth said, Super Bowl, F1, they might get the A's down in Las Vegas. You know what I mean? We're not going to stop. We're going to create another event in downtown Reno. We're continuing to grow the events that we have and make them better. So my advice to everybody in the area is get on board because we're not stopping. We're going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to tweak and make better and look forward to the future.
Mary Beth, you're at the forefront of economic development every day, helping to bring businesses to the region and represent and advocate on behalf of the businesses that we have here in the state. Our special events, are we actually, as we look and we put together strategic plans to draw businesses or to support business in the state, are we incorporating special events into those kinds of planning or strategic plans, or is it just sort of one of those things that if it just happens to come and then we grab it?
No, there's a definite plan in place from all of our tourism and economic development organizations across the state, including organizations like GOED, the Governor's Office of Economic Development. So yeah, there is a definite overarching plan in place. And, you know, we do seize the day when opportunities come our way. We adjust and pivot when we have to, but definitely it's part of an overarching bigger picture plan.
Tony, one thing that you and I talked about many years ago when you were with Hot August Nights is something that I think faces a lot of sort of these seminal special events, particularly in the rurals and in northern Nevada, is that one of the challenges is that we're seeing a lot of the special event kind of crowds and participants sort of age out. Is that something that you're still seeing, and how do we start to address that?
Well, I think some of it starts with, you know, what's the hook? Right? You're having a special event. What's the hook? So, you know, in downtown Reno, when we do a special event, we all sit around and really talk about the entertainment piece. Who's going to be up on that stage to draw? Okay. We were just talking about Las Vegas. We forgot to mention the Stanley Cup champions, the Golden Knights. They're a great draw. Okay, we know that when we go to a Knights game, it's going to be electric. It's going to be fun. It's going to be, you know, out of this world experience. We try and do that with every special event here in Reno. You know, we do have a great military display that's coming for air races. We're looking forward to the F-18s. Okay, they always put on a great show, and they can push it a little bit, and the FAA really doesn't say much to them. So that's, I think, the key to this, Mike, is what's the draw? Why be a part of this? You know, if it's something special and something that's one time and it's something that's a part of this community and has the roots, I think that's the draw of how we can continue to grow that.
And let me follow up that question with a slightly different one. Obviously, you working with the Row for several years and having worked in gaming for a good portion of your career, how important are special events to our casino industry?
Well, we in downtown Reno, we live by them. I mean, we have some great, you know, our Brew Fest is phenomenal. We saw record numbers this year. We moved our Chicken Wing Festival off of the 4th of July, saw record numbers this year. And then we take our signature event, which is the Italian Festival, and our entire company, Caesars Entertainment, uses this as a event to bring people in from all over the United States to show them the heart and what was created from, you know, a small parking lot into this monster Italian festival right in the middle of downtown Reno. So it's a huge driver for us. We look forward to it as operators to put on these events. You know, the citywides are phenomenal and they do a great job, but these are personal to us, the ones in downtown Reno. And Air Race is a citywide event that, you know, of course we take pride in being a part of and wanting to see succeed. And like I said, it's the last one this year, so you better get out and enjoy this one because it's in your backyard.
Well, we're here with two great guests this morning. We're going to be back to wrap up on an all-new Nevada Newsmakers.
Fantastic cocktails and delicious food. It's a good time to eat. Over 500 hot slots plus electronic table games.
It's a good time to play.
Player rewards and big-time jackpots.
a good time to win.
Ooh, your good times at Tamarack.
Remember 2010 in Northern Nevada, 13 to 14% unemployment, thousands of homes in foreclosure, Nevada's casinos closing? Families in the Reno-Sparks area were hurting. Many were losing everything. Then Story County launched a game changer for our region, a public-private industrial partnership, streamlined permitting, slashed bureaucracy, attracting Fortune 500 companies that made Nevada their home. Story County generated a river of cash to area communities. Economic studies by the state and others for the Gigafactory consistently show positive economic benefits for our region. $4 billion in local wages, $17 billion in consumer spending and economic activity, over $100 million in taxes to Washoe, Story, Reno, Sparks, and Nevada, just for the Gigafactory alone. Story County, improving Northern Nevada one industry at a time.
Southwest Specialties has been making the homes and businesses of Nevada beautiful for more than 20 years. Their experienced designers and craftsmen create the walkways, backyards, water features, and a variety of outdoor cooking areas that add curb appeal and value to your investment. Call today or visit them at their website and see how they can make your outdoor spaces special. Southwest Specialties, creative, distinctive, beautiful.
The Nevada Builders Alliance has been protecting the interests of the construction industry for over 50 years. Our programs save members thousands of dollars every year and allow them to provide much-needed benefits to their employees. Our industry also allows Nevada to grow. If you're thinking about a career in the construction industry, reach out. And if you haven't thought of a career in construction, what are you waiting for? We are the Nevada Builders Alliance.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
We're back on an all-new Nevada Newsmakers. We're talking special events and economic development with Mary Beth Sewald, the CEO of the Las Vegas Metropolitan Chamber, and Tony Marini, the Vice President of Casino Operations and Community Relations for the Row in Reno. I've got to tell you, as we wrap up, we're taping this episode on September 11th. And for me, and as we talk at the air races, this is a really kind of powerful day. I started my career working with the Reno Air Races in 2001, and on this day, of course, I showed up at the airfield and the race events were going, and it was my first foray into crisis communications because we had all the planes grounded, and certainly the patriotism at the air races was palpable that day, and there was a lot of emotions, and I've seen that many times since. I guess as we're sitting here wrapping up, what will you miss most about the Reno Air Races or the air races in Reno, Mary Beth?
You know, I think the thing I'll miss most is the camaraderie. The friends that I've made, I can't count the friends that I've made. You know, the likes of TJ Day, Joey Scolari, you guys. The list goes on and on and on. I think it's the camaraderie, the patriotism, like you mentioned, and of course, the sheer thrill of racing. I mean, I get chills just thinking about it. It is the most exhilarating sport, the most exhilarating event I've ever been to in my life, bar none. And I think, but it's the people I'll miss the most. But we're excited for this last year.
Tony, I've asked you the same question. You've been an advocate for special events for as long as I've known you, for all of the events, particularly in Northern Nevada. You've been involved in the rodeo, Hot August Nights, the auto auction, an advocate for the balloon race that's just wrapped up, and now the air races. But for you, why do you get involved with these special events?
Well, you got to give back, Mike. I mean, the community that's made me, I'm fourth generation Reno, you got to give back. You got to be a part of the community. You can't change anything unless you're a part of it. And that's always the way that I was brought up. You got to give back. And I will always continue to give back. The people, you know, and being part of the people, as Mary Beth said, that's the key to the success of these things is, you know, being down and being with the volunteers and being with the people and going around and thanking everybody for what they do. And there's going to be a lot of thank yous this week, a lot of tough thank yous, but they're good thank yous.
Mary Beth, I'm gonna throw a question out there. We only have another minute or two, and this is a much longer answer. But to put you on the spot, obviously one of the things that you've done for a long time is work with our elected officials on behalf of business. I would kind of leave with this question: do you think that our elected officials, both local and state government, are we creating policies that are supporting special events? Do we need to be doing more to support special events? What is the role that our elected officials can have in making sure that these events stay sustainable?
Yeah, that's a great question, Mike. And I think our electeds have a huge role, an opportunity, and dare I say, a responsibility to make sure that our communities are set up to benefit from the special events that we have the great opportunity. Every single day, we get more and more opportunities as Nevada becomes more and more widely known as a special events community, in addition to our amazing resort properties that we have north, south, and everywhere in between. I think our elected officials have an opportunity and a responsibility to set up policies that support our special events, because they're certainly an economic driver for all of our businesses across the state and tourism as well.
And Tony, are you going to continue to pioneer and stay involved leading the air races after this week?
Mike, we have a lot of opportunity to be a part of something special and be a part of the move in 2025. So I'm looking forward to meeting these new cities and being a part of it. I know Mary Beth's on the committee as well, and showing them what we have here and basically handing them the keys to something that's been very special and a gem to this community for a long time.
Well, I want to thank you both this morning. I know it's about to be a very busy week for you, so to join and talk about this is great, and it's something that's very important to me. So thank you both for joining, and thank you all for joining us on an all-new Nevada Newsmakers.
Imagine a magical garden that feeds Carson City's hungry and homeless, teaches our high school students agriculture, creates hanging floral displays to beautify downtown, and yet charges nothing. It's not magic. It's the Greenhouse Project. It's real, it's growing, and it needs your help. Go online to carsоncitygreenhouse.org so together we can grow it forward.
7 at 7 is a newscast built for your smartphone. It's a 7-minute newscast available every weekday at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. at lvrj.com. We don't waste your time, and we give you the day's top stories.
We at the RJ have noticed some similarities between us and a certain BTS character, RJ.
Plus the latest in Las Vegas business, weather, health, and entertainment news. 7 at 7 streaming now on your smartphone.
Modern boutique Ahern Hotel and Event Center sits at the heart of the Las Vegas Strip. 2 floors of meeting and event space are ideal for groups and conventions. Stay in one of 200 luxurious rooms and suites. Brand your event throughout the property. Flexible event spaces make for easy planning and personalization. Take over the entire hotel with a full buyout option.
Thanks for watching Nevada Newsmakers. You can always watch Nevada Newsmakers 24 hours a day by downloading the audio or video podcast, watching us on YouTube, or just go to the website, NevadaNewsmakers.com. We'll see you on the next podcast.